You bring your iPad.
Only the verses. 너무 가깝지 않아?
아니야, 너무 좋아.
너 여기 앉아봐.
Action.
Hi everyone,
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Joseph. This is...
I am Jordan. It's quite a short introduction. What do you do? How old are you? Where were you born? Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, one question at a time. So, I currently go to UNSW, majoring in finance and accounting. Yeah, the viewers might not know. So,
Where do you work? What do you do?
I work at uni, and I'm 20 years old. What are you?
No, where do you work?
I'm a student.
Alright, that was awkward. My name is Jordan Yu. I am 20 years old. I am a third year accounting and finance student at UNSW, and I am a good friend of my friend to my right, who is a finance analyst at such and such company. So what are we doing today?
Good question. So, a bit of context. Jordan texted me at, I think, 9 or 10 p.m. yesterday saying, let's shoot a podcast. It's supposed to be about proverbs. I don't know where this podcast is going, but it's just a little introduction for a little startup on our podcast show. Well done, well done.
Alright, so shall we start our podcasting journey with some Bible verses? It is the Easter holidays.
Yep. Good question. So, what book would be most suitable with?
Well, where is Jesus crucified in the Bible?
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Oh, that's why you didn't mention it. Yeah, I'm gonna beat mine now.
Matthew 28. Right. Should we read?
So is this where he rose from the dead?
Yes. Exactly. Jesus has risen. Matthew chapter 28.
Can we put it here? I'm flat. Let's put it.
Alright, you want to read one chapter each?
One chapter each.
Oh, sorry, one paragraph. After Sabbath at dawn on the first day of the week.
Oh, you gotta tell the review as well. Which
Yeah, I
chapter?
did.
Oh, where
I
are we?
did Matthew. You're the only one not listening. After Sabbath at the dawn of the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb.
There was a violent earthquake, for an angel of the Lord came down from heaven, and going to the tomb, rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were white as snow. The guards were so afraid of him, they shook and became like dead men.
The angel said to the woman, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He's not here, he has risen, just as he said. Come and see the place where he lay." Then go quickly and tell his disciples, "He has risen from the dead and is going ahead of you in Galilee. Then you will see him, now I've told you."
So the woman hurried away from the tomb, afraid yet filled with joy, and ran to tell his disciples. Suddenly Jesus met them. "Greetings," he said. They came to him, clasped his feet, and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me."
While the women were on their way, some of the guards went into the city and reported to the chief priests everything that had happened. When the chief priests had met the elders and devised their plan, they gave the soldiers a large sum of money, telling them, "You are to say, his disciples came during the night and stole him away while we were asleep. If this report gets to the governor, we will satisfy him and keep you out of trouble. The soldiers took the money and did as they were instructed. And this story has been widely circulated among the Jews. This is very good.
Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. Then Jesus came to them and said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." Amen.
First questions first. Are there two Marys? Who's the other Mary?
Yeah, so this is like Mary Magdalene.
This is the other Mary.
Do you have Wi-Fi on your iPad? Can we Google it? It's literally what you asked. Mate, it's the same Mary. That's what they're saying.
They're saying the other Mary is the Mary of Jesus, the mother of Jesus. Why isn't it Mary Magdalene?
Also, Mary's last name is Magdalene. Hey, sometimes you just gotta see where life takes you. All you gotta do is initiate.
Anyway, come back to
It's a beautiful day out here in Sydney. It's currently 9:25 a.m. on Easter Sunday, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia.
Is there anything that stood out to you from this chapter?
How the angels' faces were white as snow. I'm always very curious what angels look like, and how everyone always mentions their faces are white as snow. Makes me very curious. Makes me think they're definitely not Asian. Or
Where did it say it was white as snow?
oh, maybe it didn't say snow, but it said white. Oh no, it does say snow. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes. Okay, not his face, but his clothes. But they're white as snow.
Interesting. That's
His
interesting.
his appearance was like lightning.
Yeah, interesting.
What stood out to you?
When the guards reported that Jesus was missing, they went to the high priests, which are the leaders of the church essentially, right? And they're saying, "Oh yeah, pretend like nothing happened, right? Just make up some other story. Jesus,
Right.
it doesn't make sense that Jesus was there." Like, are these the people that's supposed to be leading the church?
Well, they think he's
And
like
yet
an
again-
imposter.
Yeah, yet again, like,
You know what I've thought is the Pharisees of Jesus' time are like the government of our time. Because you know how the Pharisees wore very like luxurious clothes and thought they were the big boys during that time? Right? You know, if you see those movies, what they wear, it's so like nice, and they're like nice robes. And if you look at our government today, they're all wearing nice suits, neckties all the way to the neck. And they control our system, like the Pharisees control the people. I see a lot of similarities between those two. And it's just the robes are replaced with suits and ties and nice little pins on their white shirts. Like the Pharisees controlled the ideas, and so did the government today. It's one for one. And outsiders are almost like Jesus, not as Jesus, but like Jesus in opposing the government. People like Andrew Tate, Imam Ghazi, all these YouTubers, influencers that go against the Pharisees.
So there's three typical groups, right? There's the Jews,
Yes,
the Romans,
we being the Jews.
there's the Romans,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And there's the Pharisees.
So the Romans would be like police. Oh, yeah. They got their blue suits, think they're the shit.
Romans generally like ruled.
Yeah, like
Time.
like the people. Like you see US police officers misusing their power. It's like the Romans.
And the high priests were generally Pharisees.
Yes. Like they have little nice robes and all gold and purple and like they're dressed so nicely. They probably dress nicer than Jesus himself. Jesus
Yeah,
wore
Jesus was
typical.
very humble.
Right, he was very humble. That's why we try to be humble. You know, like, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
A
well,
lot of similarities, right?
yeah.
Yeah. But some good people in government. What are you thinking right now?
Think about Pharisees, dude. Like what?
How long's it been?
11.
Oh,
It's 57.
we'll go 3 more minutes.
Pharisees were members of a party that believed in resurrection and the following legal traditions that were ascribed not to the Bible but to the traditions of the fathers.
But they believed in the resurrection.
That's what it says here.
Resurrection? Of what?
So they were a Jewish social movement.
These are the bad guys, right?
Pharisees?
They were obsessed with like Moses and Ten Commandments. Like they're Old Testament believers. And in Korean, what do we call them? Paresain. That you hear that so often when you go to church now. Yeah. Like 바리새인들이 뭐 이렇게 했다, 저렇게 했다.
It's a Jewish religious party.
But it doesn't represent the Jewish people, I don't think.
I mean, if they're a religious party of the Jews, they're obviously the ones imposing certain ideologies and thoughts, right?
Alright. That was refreshing. What are your plans for the next week?
Plans for next week. Well,
And then I have a follow-up question.
back to work on Tuesday.
What are you going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow's a public holiday.
Tomorrow's a public holiday. We're grinding some assignments and some schoolwork.
And then my follow-up question is, would your 40, 50, 60-year-old self be proud of the 20-year-old version of you right now? And if not, what would you change?
Don't to answer first?
Well, the things I would change can't go on YouTube. It's too.
It's an open platform.
Well, then why don't you tell us where you work, mate? If it's an open platform. But what I would change is I would have done 3 courses this term instead of 2 courses. So
your 60-year-old self would care about that.
maybe not my 60, but my 30 and 40. Because my dad's 40. And he's telling me that.
Oh, that's different.
No, but
I don't think your 60-year-old self would care.
not my 60-year-old, but maybe my 40-year-old. My 60-year-old would care about.
But realistically, okay, with the things you're trying to fix right now, would your 60-year-old self remember?
The important things, yes. The important things, 100%. I don't know what he would tell me to change. Probably to stop smoking. I mean, if I knew, I'd be doing it. Like work, I think I'm doing okay. Right now. For now. Study, yeah, I just grind a bit more on study. It's just really hard because I genuinely don't like the work, the courses I take. So I'm just dragging myself. But yourself, your 40 and 60-year-old, if you met them right now, they will cross that table.
40 and 60 now.
I feel like 40 and 60 is very different. Like 40 is your dad, 60 is your grandpa. They have different perspectives.
Grandpa's like 90.
Alright, well 40 and 90.
40 and 90.
Wait, how old's your
That's
dad?
interesting. That's like 50.
Oh, okay.
Something.
Wait, so your dad, your dad was born when his dad was 40. They have 40-year difference.
No, he's 55.
Oh, so 35. Yeah, so Joseph Lee at 40 years old and Joseph Lee at 90 years old, if you manage to live that much.
Hey, well, is this a curse?
Oh, no.
This is like a 100-year generation now.
Alright.
Joseph at 90, I don't think he would care about the intricacies, to be honest. Probably won't even remember.
No, but like the important stuff, like health or career, you know.
Like, obviously, like, I'm checking the boxes right now of what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, go to uni.
But we're not perfect, and I'm actually struggling to think what my 6-year-old self would tell me to do differently. But surely there'd be something you would say, right?
About what you're currently doing now.
Yeah, and you'd say do this or change that. Except for the obvious one, which are R-rated.
Okay. To be honest, 40-year-old self, I think he'll tell my 20-year-old self not to care too much about what others think. Don't care too much
Do you care a lot about
about short-term satisfaction.
You care a lot about what I think.
I wouldn't say it controls my life, but I would say I waste energy
Yeah.
on thoughts that I relate to other people's judgment.
Can you give a concrete example?
Well, it could be generally like anything. Like it could be determining what you wear on a specific day. It could be determining how much effort you put into yourself. It could be related to anything really.
So do you think about what I would think about your beautiful outfit today?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't care about anything. But
Yeah, right.
just in general, like, it could be literally anything. Right?
You see, that's a good one. I don't think I really care about what other people think. I'm much better at it now. Like,
Implying that you were different before.
oh yes, 100%.
And what made you change?
Like, my lock screen? That's a picture of Earth as a pale blue dot taken by a satellite. Like, that really shifted my perspective. So that's number one. And number two, when you work really hard, like when you get busy, you just don't give a shit about the little things in life anymore. Like, you're on a train and, I don't know, say you drop your bag and everyone's looking at you. My pre-version of myself would be like, oh shit, everyone's looking at me. I better get off the train. This is so embarrassing. But now, if I drop it, I spill my coffee, it's like, sorry, my bad. And I keep listening to my music and I stay on the train. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I don't, like, it is what it is. I'll walk after work with music pumping out of my phone and I'll be saying the lyrics out loud, not caring about what other people think. Like, and at work, like what I do on my desk, I used to be very conscious of what other people think, thinking they always see what I do. No one is looking at you. Like, no one. So just do what you do. Drink the Coke on your desk. Sit lousily and, you know, read the AFR on the side. Like, no one cares. Yeah, just it really feels like everyone else has a chain on you, and once you get rid of that chain, you just really be yourself. And the phrase "be yourself" is really fulfilling. Very, very. It's a great feeling. So where was I?
That's a great one.
Yeah. Very, very cliche phrase, but
yeah, no, definitely. Like, one thing I started to realize is you have a perspective of what you think like other people care about, while the flip side in reality, they don't give a shit.
they don't give a shit.
Right.
Another example, like at work, I realize I don't enjoy suits that much.
Yeah.
So if I don't have meetings, I will wear like this, and I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore.
Okay. Okay. Obviously, there's certain formalities that you got to
No,
stick to.
and that's why like people like Alex Hormozy, they literally wear singlets wherever they go, because they just don't care. And wearing suits is just so, you're literally molding into society's expectations. You're only wearing suits because everyone else is wearing suits, and they're telling you to wear suits. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to wear a suit every day if I got an IB job. Like, I'd dread that.
At the same time, I do think there's a level of formality.
There is a
Depending on
level
where
of
you-
formality,
depending
but
on where you work.
okay, then we go back to Jesus' time.
Like-
Was he wearing robes, and were the disciples wearing the robes that the Pharisees were wearing? Like,
Well, Jesus is like a separate party, right?
but we want to be like Jesus.
Yeah, then you shouldn't be working corporate then.
Nah, well, that's
You know what I
different.
mean? You're
Hey,
molding-
there were tax collectors in the Bible.
Yeah, well, Jesus was not a tax collector. Like, obviously, there's sort of an organization expectations. I think a bit of contrast in my ideologies.
But yeah, like, wearing suits, I think if you stretch it, you're just wearing it to satisfy people's expectations. And if you're wearing suits just for that, I mean, where's your identity? Where's your true self? You know, that's why so many NPCs wear suits every day at work. And I'm like, you don't even have meetings today. Why are you wearing a suit? Like, is there nothing within you to show the world, and you have to show people through a suit that you're some top shit. Like, you have nothing in here? And you have nothing in here?
Okay,
They have to show people outside?
Guys, this is truly Jordan's opinion, by the way. Like, you can wear a suit.
I thought you said this was an open platform.
You can wear a suit if you want, man.
Yeah, if you want, but I think...
Like, I think that's a bit of a stretch. Like, nothing in here, nothing...
Mate,
Come on.
you're a
Like,
stretch.
Like, wearing a suit, like, you're putting in the effort. to look
All I'm
apart as a
saying,
junior.
all I'm saying is some people in some situations might be stretching it. Like, just be yourself. Like, what's wrong with being yourself? You know,
Exactly. If you want to wear a suit, wear a suit.
Yeah, no, if you want to wear a suit.
If you don't want to wear a suit, don't wear a suit.
But I'm saying if the moment you walk outside your house and you're like, oh fuck, I should wear a suit just to make my partners happy and my boss is happy, I'm like, that's when your identity either prevails or doesn't prevail.
We've talked for 20 seconds already about
I think we
suits.
should wrap it up. How would you like to wrap this up?
Well,
Our first podcast. Why don't we give it a name?
yeah, the J&J podcast.
I'm not calling it J&J. That's not sustainable.
Why is that not sustainable?
What if one of us goes across the world?
Yeah, well, we'll remember our roots before we started. Well, we'll come up with a name next week, and
Huh?
we'll
Oh, next week.
present it to you guys.
Wait, I was thinking, like, let's have one thing consistent in our lives, and let's make a podcast every week for 20 minutes, and just see where that takes us. If we can't do that, then that just speaks to our consistency. And if we do this for half a year, 20 minutes every Sunday,
Yeah, no, we'll do that. It's a promise to our viewers. And
but there's no one watching,
we spoke
we've
to
got to
it,
promise ourselves.
we're speaking to the camera.
Oh,
So
actual?
this is our level of commitment.
Actually,
So, yeah, minimum 30 days.
minimum,
Which
means
puts us in
30
the-
podcasts.
30 podcasts.
30 podcasts.
Which puts us in the what percent?
0.1%.
0.1%.
Is that ridiculous?
Alright.
Actual?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
30.
Dead ass.
Yeah, 30.
We hold ourselves accountable every week. No excuses.
Yeah, we'll do
Is it back to back? Is it consecutive? See, this guy's gonna procrastinate.
No,
No, we have to make it super quick. Alright, so
okay, so we
for
did
the next 30 weeks, every Sunday for 20 minutes, we're gonna meet. And no curveballs. There cannot be room for any curveballs. Because if we don't set boundaries, we're gonna postpone it.
Yeah, unless it's like we're going overseas or something.
Alright, unless we're going overseas. Yeah, that's a good point.
Or like
Which we won't.
going on a trip or something. Unless like there's this reasonable event occurring. Yeah, we'll work for
Consecutively,
we'll look-
every week.
Yeah, yeah. Unless there's something going on.
Alright, can you say to every week for 30 weeks on Sunday for 20 minutes, we'll record and post the podcast.
Yeah, the exception of any overseas events. Cool. I might have a road trip like somewhere in May, but